You saw the title, so let's dive straight into it. So first of all, if you want to draw support and resistance, you have to start with top-down analysis. Okay, so this is also on the 1 hour chart of USD JPY. You can't just start drawing your support and resistance on the lower time frame. That's not how it's done. Okay, you have to do what we call top-down analysis. So what is that? You have to start from the daily, the weekly, or the monthly time frame. Okay, but for me personally, I'm going to start with the weekly. Okay, we can do the daily and the weekly. The monthly, you must not, set it up on the monthly. But for example, let's just say this is a low on the monthly. Okay, this is a low right here. You can see the reason why I'm going to draw this level is because you can see there's a big move from the downside. From here, there's a big move to the top. Okay, so one thing you can do to differentiate your support and resistance level is coloring them. So you can say for your monthly, you're going to make them blue. Okay, so let's just make our monthly levels blue. So whenever we see blue, we know that it's a monthly level, and you can also say monthly level, and we leave this on the right. So as you can see over here, because we put it on the right, it shows on the right. Okay, another level we are going to set is this high. That is 161.803. This is the high of USD JPY, as you can see on the monthly chart. So let's just arrange it properly. Okay. Then now we're going to go down to the weekly. The weekly. Now on the weekly, this is a zone over here we should watch. So we can make the weekly to be, you know what, let's make our monthly levels to be red. So when we see red, we know that, okay, this is a level we definitely want to watch. So I'm going to make it red, and I'm going to make this red also. Okay. And then our weekly levels are going to be blue. Okay. So we have that. Now let's go down to the daily. Now on the daily, you can see this level here. We can make our daily black. So we're just going to make it regular black. Okay, so that's a level right there that we need to watch out for. And this is also another level here. Why is that a level? Because you can see price from here came down, it came up, move this to the side, and then it came down here, came up, and then really strong move down here, then it came up, and then came here, tried to make a, so I'm just going to mark this, came here, and then it came down here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to call this is a lower low. Okay, so we'll call it lower low. This is a lower low over here. This is a lower low. This is another lower low. And this is another lower low. And then I'm going to make one. We're going to call this the lower high. So LH meaning lower high, LL meaning lower low. So this is another lower high. And this is actually another lower high. Now, I call this a lower high because this is actually the original move. This is actually what really happened. From here, price came straight down here to make a low. But I marked it this way just to show you something. You can see from here, when price first came here, it came down here, and then it moved up. It didn't make a lower low like the way it did over here. It moved up, meaning this is a sign of price slowing down. This is the part where you think, okay, price wants to, make a change because it didn't break this new low and is already coming back up. So during times like this, you're watching whether it would break this lower high, because once it breaks the lower high, that is a sign of an uptrend. It doesn't mean the uptrend is here yet. You would need it to make a lower high. The lower high must not be on the same line as the you need to make a higher low. Sorry, you need to make a higher low and then go back up. Okay, but instead, price didn't do that. It tried and then it came back down. So which means this setup here doesn't really mean anything. It just shows that okay, sales were slowing down. The sellers are slowing down, and then it came back here, which is also a sign that this level was going to hold, and then it pushed to the top. Okay, so when you're drawing your support and resistance levels, these are things you should watch out for. Another thing you should watch out for is clutters on lower time frame. For example, you don't want a situation where, let's go to the 5 minute chart. You don't want a situation where you come here and you're drawing support and resistance levels like this. You're drawing every single level like this. It's going to make your chart hard to read, and too much clutter can lead to hesitation and uncertainty. When it's time to enter a trade, you won't know, what kind of trade you want to enter. So I'm going to remove all of this. Come back to the 1 hour. So this is the 4 hour chart. This is the daily. So now, but I'm going to go down to the 4 hour level here. So now on the 4 hour, first, another thing you also need to understand is if you are having a hard time drawing your support and resistance zone, you can always move to the line chart. So for example, let's say we're on the daily and you're having issues knowing where the main moves happen. You can see how we got it very well over here when we switch to the line chart. So this is a candlestick chart and this is a line chart. You can always switch to the line chart and set your zones. Why I like the candlestick chart is the fact that you can see the highs. So, like for example, on the line chart, you can't see over here this lower low. It doesn't show you that price came down to this level. Okay, so what you might do, for example, is you might place your support and resistance level there. But on the candlestick chart, you can see that price actually came lower to this level. Okay, so that is why I like using the candlestick chart. But first of all, you can draw on your line chart and then switch to candlestick charts and look for the highs and the lows. But you can see if you want to take a trade on USDJPY, is either you have to wait for the price to come down to this level. Come down to this level, you have to be patient before you can go in for a buy or a sell or whatever your bias is. But as you can see, this is the daily chart. It's going to take a long time before it comes here. So if you want to ride this trend, you have to still come down. Okay, and you can see we have a lot going on here. We have a lot going on here. So what do you do? Do you just keep waiting for price to come down? Like what do you do? So this is where market structure comes in. As you can see over here, we have like a kind of uptrend movement going on. You can see price. Generally, when you look at this whole area, you can tell that this is like a movement to the upside. Okay, so what do you do? This is the most recent, like this is the level where you want to enter. So you look for like the most recent low and the most recent high of this level. And here it is. Most recent low, most recent high. Okay. So now if you switch to the 1 hour, notice how we started at the monthly, we went down to the weekly, went down to the daily. Now we are at went to the 4 hour, now we're at the 1 hour. Now, as you can see, these are the two zones you can watch out for. Okay, you have to be very patient. You have to wait for price to come down to these zones. And for the 4 hour, since our weekly is black in color, for the 4 hour, we know that these are not really strong zones. We just select another color like yellow. So I'll just come in here, select yellow, and then I come in here, then I select yellow again, place a trade. Just joking, you won't place a trade. So yeah, this is it. So basically what you're waiting for is for, there are two things you can trade here. You can either wait for, let's assume the price comes down, you can either place a trade for a bounce back to the upside, or you can place a trade and wait for a break and retest and place a trade back down to the weekly zone that we all know is a strong zone. Or you can just place a trade hoping for a break that will just go straight down. Okay, there are different ways you can go into this trade, and I'm going to post a video on how to enter trades after this video. But my point is there are many ways you can, attack this trade, or you could go for a buy straight up to break this level. But personally, those are really dangerous trades to take. And me personally, I would say you should just wait for price to come down to your weekly zone. Okay, there's no need to rush. There are a lot of pairs you could trade. So I just think you should calm down and just, wait for confirmation before entering a trade. So I'm going to delete this level. Also, another thing I want to tell you guys is when you're trading support and resistance, you are not necessarily trading the lines. You are not waiting for price to get to a line, but instead you're waiting for price to get to a zone. And what do I mean by that? This is how you draw zones. So you come here and you're trading this whole zone is what you're trading. So this also helps you when you're placing, let's say you want to go in on a buy here, you know how to place your stop loss. So you're not really trading price, because you can see this is 149.328. That is this weekly level we set over here. But if you go to the daily, you can see it's a zone, it's a whole zone you're trading. Let's go to the weekly. It's a whole zone you're trading, okay? So don't just assume that once price hits there, it's a buy or it's a sell, right? Like, it's a zone you're trading. So when price gets there, you need to be patient and watch what is going to happen. And also another thing you need to add to your arsenal in trading is confluence. You need to add, like, you need extra proof to show if price is going to break or bounce. If you're going for a buy, you need to know what's the news like, right? So for example, if price is, let's assume price is here and you want to go on a buy, you need to look at the factors that would affect your trade, like news, NFP and stuff like that. You won't just place a trade because price is on the support level. And also indicators. Most people are not fans of using indicators, and I don't really use indicators a lot when I'm trading, but they are like very, very good helpers, if you know what I mean. So we're going to look for moving average, exponential. So as you can see, price is above the moving average. But in a situation where, okay, let's say a situation like here, this area, you can see the moment it was on support here, price broke and went above this moving average. Okay, so this would have been a good sign to place a trade, because while you have extra confirmation that, okay, price is above the moving average and price is also on support, and also then you can add news, interest rates and different news that you can add, and you can say, okay, based on all of this, is proof that price is going to move to the top level. Okay, so my point is you need to add more confluence to your trading also. So if you enjoyed this video, I just decided I was going to make a short video, nothing too long. And if you love this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And this is the same strategy I use in growing my account. I grew my account from $10 to $101. And I have the link in the description, my Facebook link. You can go use it to backtest. I also have the login details for the account on my Telegram group. And I dropped some videos on my last week's trading ideas posted on TradingView on the YouTube channel here. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out those videos and also check out the my Facebook link. Log into my account, my trading account on MetaTrader, and look at the way I trade and the way I flip the account from 10 to 100 and compare it to your own trading. Add it to the way you trade too. So guys, like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter because I post a lot of ideas there also. I'll see you guys later. Peace.